Hello everyone, it's Tony again on Rfactor, and before this video really starts, I should say I'm loving Rfactor at the moment. It's mainly because of this mod here, Enduracers Season Pack 3. I'm loving this. This car isn't an official mod for it, it's an add-on. This is the Nissan Deltawing from 2012. It was originally designed as a replacement for the IndyCar, the normal IndyCar. Unfortunately, they went with the Dan Weldon 12, so this got cast aside. So they took it to Le Mans under the Garage 56 designation, which is basically a run what you've brung kind of thing, which I like. I mean, that's why I'm really liking Le Mans at the moment, because it's showcasing innovative technology. But anyway guys, we're going to take this car on a bit of a test drive. Yes, the second Nissan on one of our test drives. Once again, we will take it to Le Mans, like the GTR LM Nismo. Go check that out. I'll leave a link on one of the tabs here. But anyway guys, let's go and take this really weird looking car for a drive. So, the Nissan Deltawing. What was the fuss about? Well, it's unlike any racing car we've seen before. Now, with the Nissan GTR LM Nismo, I've got the name right this time, I have. And that was front engined, but we have had front engined cars before. What's really interesting about this is that the front track, i.e. the front wheels, are more, well, the front track itself is narrower than the track at the back. Now, the reason for this is to allow greater surface area for the air to flow around, i.e. maximising the amount of downforce. Also, there's also to do with decreasing drag, because the less surface area you have, the less air resistance you have on the frontal section of the car, meaning less drag. And but the downforce from this car is actually generated by the car's underbody using, I believe it's the Venturi effect to great extent. And to be honest, the whole front track thing I actually found quite difficult when driving this thing, because with normal cars the tracks are basically the same sort of width. There may be like 1 or 2 millimeters difference, maybe even more than that on the rears and fronts. But with this, if you try and get the apex with the front of the car, the back of the car is more than twice as wide as the front of the car. So the rear wheels will bounce up over the curb, which could cause the car to become unstable. And so that is why I'm using the back of the car to hit the apexes, and just the front of the car to do like general steering. But then again, I don't really know if I've hit the apex because, well, you can't really see the back of the car. But it's strange. Not as strange as the GTR, because you couldn't really see out of that at all with the A-pillars and all that. But this car, it's really interesting, because when I first saw it debuted in 2012, it looked really weird to me, and I was actually fascinated to see how it got on, because the principle was half the weight, half the power, half the fuel. They were actually matched in about the same times as the P2 cars, and this was, I believe, powered by a 4-cylinder turbo engine from the Nissan Duke, which is a car I don't care very much about. It looks hideous. It looks even worse than the GTR LM. But this car is not the fastest in the world. I mean, stock it would do just 160, which is actually about the same sort of speed as the GT cars. So when I did this run, I sort of adjusted the top gear to give it a bit of a chance. But despite this, somehow it still went slower than the GT cars. I mean, this recorded a lap time of 3 minutes 59 seconds, which, and I've driven like an Aston Martin GT2 Vantage around here. That did a 355, I should say. This done a 359. Also, one of the other things I should really say about this car before we go on to the onboard lap is that the rear end can be quite skitterish. It can be quite slidey if you do get the rear wheels over the curb. As we come through the forward chicanes now, you'll see just what I'm talking about, i.e. the back just steps out. But anyway guys, I'm going to leave you with an onboard lap from this track in the Deltawing.
So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed that hot lap of the Circuit de la Sarthe in the Deltawing. Don't forget to smash that sub button, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, and thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye.